Looking for a way to work abroad, but you don't have a university degree? Maybe you think studying overseas is only for the wealthy or graduates. But what if I told you there's a legal way to move to Germany, work, earn a salary, and build a future without a university degree? In this video, I will show you the Ausbildung Vocational program in Germany and explain the exact step-by-step process for 2026, including salary, language requirements, and visa process. Step 1. Understand Ausbildung and choose a job. Now, what is Ausbildung? Like I said, it is a paid vocational training where you earn while learning. It usually takes about 2 to 3.5 years to go through this process. And you need to understand that the choice of job you choose affects your acceptance, your salary, and your visa success. Now, if you go into high accepting fields like nursing, hospitality, skilled trade, electrician, logistics, and all of that, you have a higher demand, and you also have high acceptance rate. So that's one thing you need to understand while applying for this program. Step 2 is language requirement. You need to know at least B1 German. Now, Ausbildung is mostly in German, and the minimum is usually A2, B1. But you have a strong chance if you know at least B1 to B2 German. It gives you a better chance to get into the program. Some jobs like healthcare, IT usually prefer B2, and language is more important than the grade. So you need to understand how to speak German. No German, no Ausbildung. If your goal is to get into this program, please start preparing to learn how to speak German. Step 3. Find Ausbildung and start applying. You can apply directly to these companies, and the applications are free. You must also try to ensure that you apply to as many companies as possible, at least 10 companies, so you have a higher chance of getting in. You also need to have these 4 important documents. One is your German CV. Your CV has to be in German. Please do not submit your CV in English. You also need to have your German motivational letter. You need to have your certificates like your YX certificate. If you have a BSc certificate, you can also submit that, or maybe HND or OND, or a diploma certificate. Also, you need to have your German language proof certificate, which I already mentioned in the earlier step. So those are the 3 or 4 documents you need, very important before you start applying for this particular vocational training program. Another thing you need to know is that you would need to provide your CV, and your CV has to be in German. And most times the interview they give or the interview you have, you might have to speak, or communicate in German. So that's another thing you need to have at the back of your mind. You also need to know how to communicate in German, because sometimes your interview might be conducted in German language. Now, take note, there are official Ausbildung portals where most of these jobs are listed, and this is what I'm showing you here. I will be dropping a link of these portals in the description so you can check it out yourself. These are companies. These are where companies come to list out job listings, so you can check them yourself. These are directly from the companies, and this is actually an official website for the German labor market. So just make sure that you check them out and see the listings that are already open, and look at the requirements and make sure you apply accordingly. This is, like I said, an official website. You can choose to change it to English language, so you can understand what the particular website is talking about. So do well to check it out, as I'll be leaving the link in the description box so that you can go there and apply and see what these companies are currently requiring for employment, right? So step 4 is salary and living reality. Ausbildung salary depends on your job and your job duration. Usually an average of 700 euros to 1,200 euros per month is what you'll be paid, depending on your job. and salary increases every year. So your salary can cover your basic living costs in smaller cities. You're also legally allowed to work only within training. Now, this salary you have, covers, like I said, your rent, your food, your transportation, and depending on your job, every month or every year they increase your salary. So you don't have anything to worry about. As long as you're living within your means, you'll be able to cover up your cost. So step 5 is visa processing. Now, once you've been accepted, you will receive the contract letter. Now, the contract is required for your visa. Some of your visa requirements are, of course, your contract letter, your German certificate, your passport, and also your health insurance. Now, you apply through the German embassy, and the processing time varies depending on your country. So now, if you're from Nigeria, your processing time will differ from someone in Ghana. Let me show you how you can apply for this visa. So the first step is to come to this consular service portal. This is the German Federal Foreign Office website. Scroll down, you would go to the visa part because that's what you're interested in. Once you get there, you would see this visa for study, training, and vocation and further studies. That's what you're going to click. Once you click on that page, it takes you straight down to where you can put in your country. So now, remember I said it depends on your country. If you put in your country, it will the portal will tell you if you can apply online and where you can apply depending on the city you reside. Now, I use Nigeria for this case study. You can see that if you reside in Abuja, anywhere within Abuja, you can't apply for this visa online. You have to submit it in person. But if you currently live in Lagos, Abia, any of these areas, you can definitely apply for this visa online. Now, once you click on that and accept the processing data, it will take you straight up to the registration page. Now, once you get to the registration page, do well to fill out the information. Make sure it is exactly the way it is on your passport. And once you do that, they will send you a confirmation mail. And once you get that confirmation mail, ensure to put in the confirmation code accordingly. That will be sent to your mail as well. So once you put in your confirmation code, it will take you straight up to the portal itself. Now, you can choose to create another process. For the purpose of this video, I'll be creating another process. This is where you can also do your German study visa. If there's anything you want to do, basically you can do it here, right? So once you create a new process, we'll name it vocational studies. Now, once you name that, you click on visa because that is what you're interested in, not passport. You're not a citizen, so you can't click on passport. So select your country, select your location or your city, and then it will show you the different types of visas that are currently available for you, right? So for the purpose of this video and for the purpose of this particular training, you'll be clicking on the employment as a skilled worker with professional training. That is where the Ausbildung visa is under, right? Once you click on that, scroll down and click on create a process. Now you have created this process. This process is strictly for the vocational training. Now, once you open the process, it takes you to how you can complete your application. You have 2 different steps there. Your application, where you fill out all the information, and then also where you upload all your documents. Now, once you click on that, you will see all the documents you need to upload. Now, every document you put, they will be counting it for you. So if you have all 9 documents, then you can be able to submit your application. And once you get that, the VFS receives it and they give you an appointment date. Now, once you get the appointment date, you visit the embassy and submit all your documents, and that is it. So these are the 5 steps. If you start now, 2026 is still very much possible. Now, subscribe to my channel for daily updates on study visas, admissions, and scholarships for Germany.